What's up, everybody? This is going to be the first in a series of guides called Jumping into Multiplayer, and my name is Carl Houts, also known as Talk Show Host. You might know me from Gaming On or Strength in Gaming. I've been on those podcasts, and I'm trying to kind of write here and there when I can about games, but I really wanted to make this series about getting into the multiplayer and kind of coaching newer players on how to you know, improve. Get into. It's some games, especially the one I'm going to start with here, Starcraft, can be kind of daunting and intimidating for new players to just get right into. They're like everyone has that loss anxiety and everything. But I think with a little practice, if you enjoy, there's ways you can improve that are much more enjoyable than just grinding losses and losing over and over and over again. So I'm gonna kind of go through a few tips here that are it's kind of a companion thing to the guide that I wrote about StarCraft multiplayer, and just kind of lay a few things out for you guys about how to, where to go and what to look for within the StarCraft 2 game. So again, I am going to be talking about Heart of the Swarm right now. There is a Wings of the Liberty game as well. They're both pretty cheap at this point. But the one place I want to start with is, if you go into the campaign and play through the campaign, you really enjoy it, and you're thinking like, what am I going to get into in multiplayer? I have no idea what I'm going to be expecting, like what's going to happen, the game has already told you that the units are very different. Um, what I would do very first is just going to this training, going to matchmaking, going to training, and it will really tell you about how the game is going to flow. You can also then use the versus AI. This is a really great mode that will, it'll start you off with the easiest AI opponents and then work your way up. They really improved the AI in StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm. They actually made it act in like a wide variety of different manners. Like sometimes it'll be super aggressive, sometimes it will do a harass style, sometimes it will just try to build up as many bases as they can. You never really know what you need to do, and it sort of teaches you that you need to scout in the game and understand what your opponent's doing. And that is a very big part of this. So the other thing that I was going to go into, let me think here. Yeah, versus AI. Of course, here are your ranked and unranked tabs that you'll eventually go into. But one thing that I find a ton of fun, or I found a ton of fun in, for one thing, there's a couple different sort of mini games you can go into that'll test your mettle in StarCraft that are a ton of fun. And go into campaign and then go into these challenge missions. These are a lot of fun. You've got basic, advanced, and expert. And really, when you can get through these expert ones on gold, with a gold rating, you got silver, bronze, gold ratings for each of them. If you can get gold ratings on these, you're really going to kind of understand the opening of a StarCraft 2 multiplayer map. The opening gambit and the rush defense. These are the two very important things that you're going to probably be facing a decent amount of. Like in multiplayer, a lot of people will just try to rush to take quick games, and sometimes maybe you will want to do a very early attack, or maybe you want to learn how to fight off early attacks really well. These expert modes are really good. These other ones will kind of teach you a little bit of micro tricks for each of the three races and take you in some scenarios that you may encounter in the multiplayer, and those are a lot of fun too. Another great resource for that is if you go into the arcade, and if you don't know what the arcade is, basically when you buy StarCraft 2, you're also getting about 1,000 or so other mini games that are community made and sometimes made by Blizzard. There's several great Blizzard ones. We can just kind of go to the spotlight, and you can kind of see there's a lot of ones. They're rated, and there's a good rating system for these. A lot of these are a ton of fun and can really improve your micro. The one I want to focus on though is called StarCraft Master. If you just search for that up here in the arcade search, StarCraft Master is a mini map. Well, it's actually 30 challenges that are kind of like micro challenges. It's a map made by Blizzard, and this will also be a really good way, if you're getting burnt out, if you've lost a few in a row and you're just like, I'm sick of this, I don't want to play right now. Try going to these. Try doing these. It's a good challenge. It's a lot of fun. and you will get better if you can get to the end of this. I'm pretty good at this game, and I'm still like at like level 28 or 29. There's some really hard ones at the end of this. So yeah, great resource. There's a lot of sort of you can just search in here for like, let me look in here. If I go to browse and I search for micro battle. Some of these micro ones, here's marine micro battle. Like you can do like a micro testing ground where you can play versus the AI, give them some micro stuff. Some of these are badly rated, but there was a couple there that were decent. There's a lot of little micro games that will kind of help you with your unit control. So those are a lot of fun and a good kind of way to unwind after a losing streak. At least I like to do that. The other thing I wanted to highlight that's going to be a really big thing in multiplayer is if you go into the options menu and you go down here to hotkeys, and then we go to, you can kind of set a profile if you want, if you've got multiple people using this account, or a good way to, a good reason for setting this profile is you can like kind of, it will show up anywhere else that you log into on another computer or somewhere. But go into global and go into camera and take a very close look at these hotkeys for create location. And basically what this means is while you're looking down on the world or on the map in your game, you can set that locate. If you hit, for me, it's Control. A lot of people use Shift or, you know, custom hotkeys. Everyone's got like a, you know, cool custom hotkey thing now. But for me, it's pretty simple. I'm used to setting control groups, so I just do Control F1, Control F2, Control F3, Control F4. Usually, I'm not using more than this because I'm not great, and usually, I mean, I'm decent at the game, but I don't find myself using more than this too often, you know, because within the game, whenever you double tap, you know, any of your control groups, you'll go right to that building. So I like to set these around my bases, and maybe I'll use one of them towards the enemy base so I can always jump back there. But yeah, so there you go. Set those control groups, and then use these jump to location 1 through 4. Very helpful. You will get much quicker at being able to defend and look at multiple places in less amount of time, and Starcraft is a game about saving time and being efficient. So, okay, now that we've looked at that, let's go and take a look at one more thing, and then I'm going to show you a replay, and I'm going to kind of go through it in real time. Hopefully everything will go okay and work okay. But one other nice trick here, or resource, you can kind of take a look at my profile here. Go into profile, so I just left clicked on that bottom left here, hit ladders, then go into statistics. And this is also a great resource for finding out what's your worst matchup, what is your record, what's your current win percentage, you know, what are your percentages for each race. I think this is a really good way to kind of find out what race, where you can practice the most. Like if you find a few practice partners, you know, people who you've met, who you like to play with, go to them and say, you know, look, or what you really can do is search for people that are, like for me, I would search for Zerg players because that's my lowest win percentage right now. These are kind of skewed because I haven't played a whole lot, and I'm probably playing people. I'm kind of in the lower half. Well, yeah, I'm in like the middle half of a platinum bracket, and I'm kind of used to being in the mid to upper half of a diamond league. So that's why. And yeah, again, like haven't been playing so much. So eventually these numbers are meant to hit around 50%. You know, and you will win. So for me, I can expect to, if I kept playing, you know, if I played 50 games tonight, I would expect to start losing quite a few of them because the system is going to start matching me against harder and harder opponents. But yeah, make good use of this and pay attention to it. So another thing you can kind of do is check your match history if you really want to do that. I forget what to do that. Go in here, general, and then maybe I don't remember. Ladders. Anyway, well, trust me, there's a way to find your match. Oh, there it is, match history. And you can kind of look in here and see, you know, what you've been doing. I've been doing team games, 1v1s, random stuff. I do like 4v4s. I do love team games. Team games another great way to kind of low stress, just work on your mechanics. It'll work on your opening builds. Even if you lose, you will improve just from getting the mechanics down. And 4v4s can be like just a total, you never know what you're getting into, and they're kind of chaotic. I wouldn't take them too seriously, and if you do, you should not take them too seriously. But okay. One thing I definitely do, and one thing you should definitely do that helps you, or helps me improve after every game, is especially if it's a loss. I want to show you me doing a win right now because of certain reasons. But especially if it's a loss, you need to go back and watch the replay. I do love watching the win. I watch every replay. I'm, if I'll play 3 games, then I'll take a break and maybe do some custom games or watch a replay and see, what was going on, what my opponent did. Because even if you win, you can pick up on things that your opponents were doing that were good or wrong and why it worked out or didn't work out. So I'm going to do that right now. Let's go into this Infernal Pools game. Okay. So yeah, I'm Terran, playing versus Zerg. I guess, there has been a ton of guides done through Starcraft about oh my gosh, like getting better with each race, and I could do that, but it would take me multiple hour-long videos in StarCraft, which not everyone is super interested in. If you want to get more into StarCraft VODs, there is a plethora of detailed info out there, and I'd highly recommend some of that. I'll try to link. I gave some links in my intro, my jumping in guide about good places to kind of start the Pro League matches and stuff like that. But here we are in game. This guy already going to destroy me. So yeah, another tip about that, when people are talking early on in the game, you can sort of expect an aggressive stance from them. But I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. You're going to destroy me? I'm happy. That's the spirit. Because that's pretty much what the game is, you killing the other player in the map. But yeah, I am going to just kind of go through this in real time. I know it kind of can get slow, especially in the openings, but the reason I am also going to do it in real time is because I tried this video last night, and for some reason at some point, like, my microphone cut out for no good reason. It seemed to be like when I was speeding up the video. So we are just going to sit through this and you'll just have to deal with it. It might be a little quiet at times, but kind of get an idea what's going on. So I'm playing versus Zerg. I do like to open up Reaper. And I'm going to go ahead and get 13 racks, 12 supply. Refinery, 13 barracks. And this guy's going to go look, see what he can find. The first scout of the game. Follow him. Again, my opponent is a gold Zerg who's looking to destroy me. Maybe not a fan of Terran. Come on, Zergs. I mean, I've been looking at some recent polls about this stuff, and people don't like Protoss. So Zergs and Terrans, come on, we gotta be bros. I love this matchup. I love playing ZVT. It's just a ton of fun. Humans versus bugs. It's like Starship Troopers all over again, except this came first. Starship Troopers ripped off StarCraft. Not many people know that. Opponent here, spawning pool on 15. He did go hatch first. And he does scout this bunker that I'm putting down behind his mineral line. Very good on him for scouting. Because if this goes up, it can be a real pain to deal with. I can just send units over here, keep this guy in here, repair this bunker, and then whatever's in there is going to kill this hatchery. See what he's looking at. You just saw a little trick there, him selecting his drone to attack my worker, which he's going to kill. One trick you can do when attacking Terran units that are building is you do shift command. So if you're going to attack it, do attack, select your guy, attack this guy, and then click shift, and then hit A, and click on him like 3 more times. And that will basically mean that if there's a pathing thing where this drone can't get to him, he will automatically re-attack him at another area. That's kind of some advanced tips, but I try to get into that in my guide a little bit. I'll try to show you a few tricks that I've learned about shift commands in this game, which is really important. This SCV I'm just not controlling very well because I'm Platinum League. He could have been over here building this bunker and completing it. That would have been really nice. But he's going to get out of there. Yeah, we know nothing that's happening. The spine probably would have been in range. I'm just going to cancel that. Is that spine in range? I can't see its range. Oh, maybe if I go to his vision. Nope, can't see the range. Spines. Creepy. Look at this thing. You guys seen tentacle videos before? Does this remind you of anything? Oh, who's this guy? I love Zerg. Love playing Zerg sometimes. So creepy. Anyway, back at my base, I've got my starport up. He did see this. If we check his vision, he had a drone right over here. You didn't see it, but the drone was right here. And if you send a drone or a worker or any sort of scout and you can get to the top of the ramp, look how far into the base you can see. Like, I easily could have hid this factory if it was just right down here. Then he wouldn't have seen it. The starport, if it was over here, he would not know that's coming. The command center, obviously, I probably should have built this in location. But again, like, he was trash talking early, so I'm kind of like, I'm playing a little bit nervous. I'm building a bunker before I even try to go down there. Sending this Reaper out, he's going to go take a look around. Sees no third base coming at the 6.5 minute mark. So what's going on in the base? Going on in here, take a look at my vision. What's going on, bro? And Baneling Nest, already completed. So I'm pretty much knowing, I'm like, oh, he's building spores too. He's kind of expecting me to go Banshees, but I'm not. That guy's gonna get out of there. Meanwhile, my Zerg opponent is droning up a little bit more, getting his spores in position. I'm flying the command center over, but again, I know there's Banelings coming, so no one makes a Baneling nest and then doesn't have a third base unless they're ready to get aggressive. So this is kind of something you'll learn from just playing the game. You'll kind of get a sense of it. But certain things, it's a good thing about scouting. As you scout and do it more and more, you'll sort of learn more about what means what you see, what it can tell. And honestly, one of the only ways to... Poor Reaper's gonna die. One of the only ways to, get that sort of knowledge is just to play the game a lot. And definitely go back and watch your replays and say, oh, I scouted this, but I didn't realize it was happening. Or, oh, this was on my minimap. I saw something happening on my minimap, but I didn't react to it correctly. Or I scouted something with an overlord, like if he would go into the base, scouts that I was going mech, and then he continues to make lings and banelings. It's not going to work out for him very well. You want to make, like, at least for Zerg, you want to kind of go... You definitely want to have roaches. They're pretty beefy. You can go mutas. I'm just poking in here right now in this game. Trying to look and see what he's doing. Like, how many units does he have? Seeing if I can pick off a worker or a queen here. What's this guy doing? Dude, are you smoking? Are you, like... Oh yeah, no, here, no, okay, well, time to go? Yeah, I'm done now. Get the hell out of there. Never take a fight that you know you're going to lose, or that you think you might lose. You want to be sure that you're going to crush your opponent all the time whenever you're fighting in Starcraft. So back at my base. Got my upgrade buildings here, and I want to take a quick minute. I'm not going to pause it, but you can take a look at my hotkeys here that I'm using. I really should have some army hotkeys set up, but these are the most important ones. Is make sure your bases are hotkeyed. I've got those on 4. I've got all my production on 5. And so basically that means whenever I need to make stuff, I will hit double tap 5, and that actually takes me back here. I can check my upgrade buildings. Now I see a Ling attack coming. I've also got my upgrade building set to 6, so 4, 5, 6, and I really want to have... I don't have too many army units right now, so I don't kind of have to hotkey them, but it really is important to. Scan coming out, I saw Lings coming, now I want to see if they're coming into Banelings. They are, but even scouting, you can scout something and still die to it, which does happen. So I'll try to teach you guys some tricks about not dying to stuff. This is not a great example of it, because like there's my wall gone. But, alright, back on the vision for everybody. Widowmine. I've got a Widow Mine right now and 5 Marines. That's my entire army. He's moving in. I still have more workers than he does. Oh, no I don't. But here's the thing. Another thing I kind of focused on in my, intro guide was don't leave early. Don't leave games early. Obviously it looks like he's doing a ton of damage right now. I know he's only on 2 bases, and my base is here, ready. I might still have more workers than him. Obviously you can see in the top left there we have about the same still. And he's not making workers right now. He's only making Zerglings and Banelings. Getting surrounded, not good. I really would have liked those to be Hellbats right there. Here we go. 28 more 34 Banelings. That is all of his money. Pretty all-in attack here. Coming. And we'll see what happens. Repairing this bunker. Got some Marines in it. Marines in here. Widow Mine. Here's a good trick that he does. Move 1 unit forward to soak Widow Mine shots. Otherwise these will do a lot of splash damage. And, but don't worry. You're about to see a really nice one, which is right here. You see this Widow Mine right here? Look at all these Banelings. Oh, there's about 2/3 less than there just was 5 seconds ago. This guy pops out, block this path right here. Heal him up. I can see him going for workers, so I kind of select the ones he's going after and move them out. You really want to split. I'm trying to just split my workers out. Don't want Banelings to do a bunch of splash damage. Now, whatever's popping out of here, I want to kind of put right in these little nooks here so that Zerglings can't get a good surround on them. Fighting off supply blocks, because just platinum things. Getting supply block, you never want to do that. I want to be making depots. I really want to make this wall up again. I'm about to do that in a second here. Putting some bunkers down, and now this attack, my opponent's running out of steam. He's making nothing but lings. He's got 35 drones to my 37 workers, plus mules, and now he's going for a gold base, a hidden gold base. Because he knows that if this doesn't work, the gold is his backup. So he's counting on this kind of still doing a lot of damage, but it's really not going to at this point. A lot of units coming out, Hellbats, Marine, Marauder. I have... No, I don't have my upgrades, never mind. But I have 4 Medivacs healing. It's like, alright, well, you did some damage, but here we go. Still making workers, still in the game. Still building stuff. As long as you're building and you're able to build, and your buildings are not burning, stay in the game. That's kind of what I go by. He knows, like, oh, I'm not getting in there anymore, unless I spend a ton of gas again. Which, can try. It's going to be harder and harder. Because I know, I have the knowledge. Let's see what else here. Poking with another drop. Let's see what he's focusing on. He's got a macro hatch going down. He really needs to make some more drones. There, he's got 5 drones coming. 1,400 gas. He needs to be making a spire. Gonna try and take another base, it looks like. Got my 1-1. About to die. Get out of there. Don't take that fight. Back here, the wall is set up. And, yeah, this is just me again poking. Like, okay, how many bases are you on, dude? What's your army? What are your upgrades? That's all I'm trying to figure out. The scouting is going to be the #1 thing. Leaving this guy here because if he does send a drone to make a hatchery, this guy's going to kill it before he can get in there. And here I'm really trying to just click on one of these things, the Zerglings, and just see what his upgrades are. So I see he's 0-0. And I'm getting my 2-2. So really all I need to do is, like, build a base. And I think I have another command center building. Nope, I'm making another factory. Making more units, because I kind of anticipate him doing another all-in, because I know he has another 3rd base. I'm scanning in here, like, what are you doing, dude? See the spire coming. Obvious follow-up, but then this. Here is the hacker, right here. Why are you such a hacker, Mr. SCV? I expect that he's trying to hide a base somewhere, definitely a gold base. Like, this is the #1 way he can try and catch up in the game, is by getting this. And if I go to his vision, I think you just saw it. Let me go back real quick, though. Go to his vision. You can see on the minimap, here's my guy. But he is looking in his base. He's not looking down there. You can kind of look on the mini-map. See, it's his vision again. You saw the little red dot coming through here. Now I'm moving across, because I'm like, you know what? All you have is Lings and Banelings. I've got Hellbats, Marauders, and then another great trick here I want to show you guys. Click on the Marines, or I hit Control, and then click on a Marine, and that selects all the Marines. And then I just click back away from the Banelings. So yeah, I'm clicking back here, got my Marines going back. Banelings are all going to hit the Marauders and Hellbats right there, which they kill a lot of, but not everything, and wasn't really cost effective. You can see I've almost doubled, or he's almost doubled my units lost there. Okay, back to normal speed. And I've noticed in the minimap now that this base is down here, so I'm like, oh, well, this is easy pickings. I've only got a few units, but he's got no defense down here. We're just going to go drop down there.
Coming through.
Back at my base. Here's my big mistake in this game. Flying this command center to the island. No good reason to be doing that. I should know he's going for mutas, and that they're going to be coming for me pretty soon, and if they're out here, I can't really defend this. But gold base, not going to happen. Sorry, buddy. Nice map hacking. You know who the map hacker is? This dude right here. He hacked the map 100% and gave me vision of your base down there. And that's look at him. He's got like he's in like a little suit. Look at all those hacks. Anyway. And there's the point, people. Scouting is the name of the game here. Again, big mistake here. I can't defend it. I have no good way to defend it. I'd have to drop units there, and even then I probably don't have enough Marines right this second. And here come the mutas. Sad day. Is this base gonna die? Yes, but it's not gonna be the end of the world, because, again, he's already lost way more than me. I have 20 more workers than him. I can easily rebuild another base right now. I've got more than enough money to. Already setting up some, like, okay, well, I guess we'll just expand to this gold. And now I'm pushing in for the win, because I've got way more than him. He is making some Banelings. I'm about to see this. But again, control-click the Marines, move them back. I'm only controlling my Marines right now. Everything else is just moving in. Control-click the Marines, run back. See me clicking back here? And they want to fight the mutas. And that's it. That is game. So I hope this kind of showed the importance of scouting and knowing what you're up against. Like, you can, I kind of prepared for it decently, not amazingly, but, you know, more bunkers. These bunkers came in handy. Building the wall, getting some Widow Mines in key position. This Widow Mine right here, those 6 kills are all Banelings. And, yeah. You know, I didn't play perfectly. Could have been upgrading a little bit better. Actually, no, I couldn't have. My 3-3 is almost done. But definitely did not need to fly this base out here and get it killed for no good reason. Scouted this gold early. A lot of times, if your opponent does a failed attack, what they'll try to do is take a hidden base. Look at all these bases on this map that you can possibly expand to. Gotta check them, man. Gotta send an SCV. And my SCV actually did check down here and here. And I would have seen this one. I would not have seen if it was building, but if it was completed, I would have seen the creep coming out. So yeah, there you go. There's my first companion video to my first jumping into multiplayer guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.